within 14 days of commencement of employment to provide not exactly a contract, but all key employment terms. And the law goes on to stipulate what these key employment terms are. In writing to the worker that's just been hired for their safekeeping. Another example is where the ASEAN efforts call for education and awareness building, both on employment rights, but also on preparation for integration into the society of the receiving country. As I say this, actually my colleagues are rushing to prepare for the implementation on the 1st of October of what we in Singapore call the Settling In program. So in the first year, it will be a pilot. It will apply to all new, freshly incoming migrant workers in the construction sector. And within 14 days of arrival, they are required to attend a 1-day, 8-hour program that will help them with exactly this knowledge on employment rights and also on integration issues, social cultural norms, where you go for help, where you go to worship, where you go to buy your do your commercial grocery shopping and things like that. It's an 8-hour program, and from the second year onwards, it will be open to all incoming, freshly incoming, meaning first time in Singapore, migrant workers in all sectors. And the reason why I cite these two examples is because I'm not one who believes in luck, and I would like to say I left it to fate, and these are all things that all the players came together and thought it would benefit. But I think somehow I also suspect that in the back of the mind of the policymakers, they were actually thinking about eventually implementing all these instruments, all these provisions, in order that they too would fall in line and be able to ratify the various instruments and be able to come under compliance and alignment with the GCM and the SDGs. So I think, like I say, I don't want to completely say it's fortuitous, but to actors on the ground, the fact that these instruments do align with greater global efforts actually does help the individual state player in the furtherance of their own what's the word for it? Their own cause, perhaps. So that's just my view. Thank you very much, and that doesn't require a response from the panelists. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Menon, for that input. The next speaker is Dr. Rashish Sresta of the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia.
Thank you very much for offering me the chance to provide comments. I'm right here. I'll just be sitting down as well. I'm from the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia, and therefore my comments is going to be related to the ASEAN perspective as well as the economic perspective as well. So first of all, I'd like to start by thanking the Department of Labor and Employment of the Philippines as well as the Secretariat for inviting me to comment on this session. And I'd like to thank the speakers for providing, for really educating us on what has been going on in terms of the agreements and the compacts as well. So I've learned a lot this morning. So my comment is basically related to thinking into the future and when as we're developing these action plans. So what are some of the things that we can keep in mind and that we need to consider as we try to implement the letter as well as the spirit of this global compact of migration as well as the ASEAN agreement. So first is I think so ASEAN. The first point would be related to the ASEAN. The ability of ASEAN to actually take a leadership role in the governance of migration globally. So ASEAN, as we all know, has a very diverse experience in terms of both a sending region as well as a receiving region for migrants. So there are countries in ASEAN like the Philippines who has a long history of sending migrants abroad, and they understand the issues very well. And there's also countries like Singapore and Thailand and Malaysia who have attracted migrants migrants for a long time, and both of these perspectives can be very important. And so ASEAN as a region is really a microcosm of the global issues surrounding migration, and therefore the ASEAN can actually play a very important role and set an example in implementation of the best practices in protecting migrant labor. So I guess so we should really push for an ASEAN level implementation that really sets an example for the rest of the world to follow. The second point I want to make is related to looking at the changes that is happening as we discuss these issues. So we want to take a very future-oriented approach as we discuss the implementation of these agreements. So what is the future? Basically, as we discussed morning, that the nature of migration changing. The migration pattern is going to be different in the future. It's going to definitely be higher because of lower cost of movement, as well as the structural changes that are going on in all the countries. But it's also going to be different because of the changing nature of work. So we have the technological changes that are taking place and basically affecting the kind of works, the kind of jobs that are going to be available. And the technological changes are also going to be affecting the relationship between employer and employees, and as well as the policies that the government can implement in the context of these different relationships that are going to exist in the future. So I think any kind of action plan that is set has to be looked towards the future and look towards the economic realities that are going to be important in the future. Example, the business needs are probably going to be different in terms of how they hire labor. The flexibility is going to be very important as well. As also the integration of technology into the production process is going to change the way businesses hire workers and source their laborers. So I think these things will be very important to consider as we move forward in the global governance towards migration. The third point I want to make is also to take note that the regulatory framework has to be carefully constructed so that we avoid incentives towards informality and it provide incentives for businesses to skirt regulations basically. So regulations has to be very carefully constructed. So we discussed issues like slavery, child labor, etc. That usually happens outside the legal realm. So we need to be careful about how we develop the frameworks in the future, and that actually gets back to the discussion about the need for data, more data in terms and a systematic study to understand exactly what are the reasons for some of the abuses that we hear about, and what are all the, is it a systemic issue, is it an implementation issue, is it a legal enforcement issue. So a very careful study of these issues will have to be taken. Will have to be conducted in order to really deeply understand that what are some of the best ways to help migrant workers and achieve the goals that were set for this morning. Finally, I also wanted to. I didn't see any discussion of the role of local government bodies in this framework. So we talk about the national level implementation, but really it's at the local level, the community level, that information about migration opportunities as well as any negative effects of migration to a particular destination are shared. So I'm wondering if we should really be also be focusing on empowering local bodies to be able to actually to help the migrants and the communities to gain all the necessary information, and also provide the necessary protection under this framework. So that was all my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rashid. The next presenter is Ms. Siati Opriti from the International Women's Rights Action Rights, Asia Pacific.
Thank you. I'm here. I will be. I agree with whatever has already been said by previous speakers. I'm not going to repeat on that. So I will be focusing on two key things. One is the point that was raised earlier by Ms. Mega, that was about the mutual reinforcement. So I'll be focusing more on the global frameworks of GCM and SDGs. And another is just kind of points of harmonization, how it can be done, coming up from the CSO's perspective. And the third part I would also like to bring here into discussion is like how we can make women's rights central to all our discussions. So the thing that was raised earlier was like the mutual reinforcement, and we have been hearing since this morning like there are like few legally binding documents, few are like non-binding kind of documents, whether at the regional level or at the global level. So when we are talking about the complementarity of these two frameworks, mainly SDGs and GCM, so that I think is the huge gap, and we should pay attention to it because both are non-binding documents. So how can we strengthen that aspect of it? And another thing is that the tendencies, so there are like existing human rights mechanism and they are underutilized by states in ASEAN member states. Just to take an example of Convention on the Rights of Migrant Workers and the Families, which has been ratified only by two countries and signed by one country. So the document that came like in 2003 is still like underutilized, and the member states have not been able to benefit from it, like which is legally binding. So how can we, and there are like existing ILO frameworks, binding conventions. So even though GCM is referring to all these binding instruments, so in philosophy, yes, the principles have been incorporated, like non-discrimination kind of thing. But how is it then going to practically implement the value of these binding frameworks that we have? So that is one thing. So putting it all together, like the development framework, as we see SDGs more as development oriented, and that's the only way I think we can strengthen the complementarity of these two frameworks. Another thing is like for points for harmonization could be mainly the substantive part of these two framework. Another is how can we link these in practice, the indicators development part of SDGs and the elaboration of action points for GCM. So, and the third part, accountability, like how to link it to the existing mechanism, because it looks like GCM is also going to have its own mechanism for review, and SDG has its own mechanism for HLPF. So we have all these instruments and all these mechanisms, how we can bring it together. So that is that we see as like a challenge, so that this complementarity can offer and accelerate the process, the fast track implementation of all different frameworks. So that is one part, and another thing I would like to highlight is like we do not have the luxury of time so much, like because so we waited for 15 years for MDGs, and then we felt MDGs, and then when we had to reflect, there were very little for us to kind of celebrate as the achievements. So not to repeat a similar story, I think we have to really have the political commitment from the state parties or the member states for the honest implementation of GCM, SDGs, and all these regional frameworks that we are developing. In terms of complementarity, one huge contribution we can very clearly see is in terms of data collection, because that has been the struggle for SDGs indicator development process, and GCM provides very like comprehensive action points on data collection. So that would be that if we can connect those two processes would be helpful. So we have been talking about different goals from SDGs like 8, 10, and 17 very related to migrant workers and labor migration. But we have to see it from the holistic approach, and so we haven't said anything about goal 5, which is in women's rights. So not making it standalone goal, but whenever we are talking about these different goals, how can we make sure that it is integrated in everything that we are discussing, and women are not just end and all or afterthought of all our discussions, whether it is at the policy level or at the program implementation part. I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like now to request our panelists here to react